Welcome back, Tater Tots, to the channel for another new episode of our High School Years LP. So we are here today for this episode with Ramus Lee, who is known as the emo sim. And so or the emo high school kid, I guess you could say. But he has come up here. We're literally picking up where we left off in the previous episode. And so he had a meeting up here with his teacher, the class 1 teacher, Miss Combs. And so she came up here to talk with him because she's been pretty worried about him and his grades. His grades have not been doing well. And so she wanted to have a quick meeting. She's like, is everything going okay at home? We know that, you struggle to feel happy. You're often depressed. I just want to make sure. Do you need to see the school counselor? He's like, look, I'm fine. Please just leave me alone. Oh, and now look who's come in here. Oh, it's Brock. He must be having a meeting too. He looks like he's here for a counseling session. He looked really sad. And, he's probably feeling pretty nervous and stressed out because tomorrow is football team sports day. So yeah, he's probably getting a little worried, but boy, I'm sure you're gonna be fine. You're very talented when it comes to the athletics. Also, can we just admire the beautiful shrubbery out here? Gorgeous. So we have all these students here at the school. Most of them are leaving for home or going to some of their after school activities, but I did want him to come and introduce himself to some people. So we'll have him introduce himself to Olivia, and I do want him to greet Derek as well. Oh wait, do they already know each other? So we have had him introduce himself to several people. So he met Yuki, and so he thinks she's basic looking, and he thinks she is immature, and she thinks he's dramatic. So, well, she's not totally wrong there because, our boy is definitely a gloomy sim. So everything that happens that's bad is really escalated in his mind. And then he met Amanda Sweet, the cheerleader, and he thinks she's an interesting sim, and she thinks he's emotionally expressive, which, once again is true. And he does think she's attractive, but I mean, boy, of course she is. She's the head cheerleader, she's gonna be attractive. And then Brock here, he thinks he's reasonable, and Brock thinks he's dramatic as well. Olivia, she thinks that he's an interesting sim, and he thinks she's in dreamland, but she is an artist. He perceives her as basic looking because, she does look kind of basic right now. And his teacher thinks that he's weird, which, I mean, that's probably why she's meeting with him. And he thinks she's responsible, which is good because, considering she's a teacher and all. But yeah, this boy needs to use the bathroom really bad. So I think we'll have him take care of that. But I don't believe there's really many students left. I think pretty much everyone has gone home. So I think we will head on over to our house. We have arrived at Ramus's house, and it is here in Newcrest, and it is storming terribly. So let me show it to you guys real quick. I like how they all ran into the garage. But okay, this is the house that he is living in right here. And the reason that you see all these other people here is because this is actually his grandparents' house. So his mom is a single mom. Her and his dad did not get along, and needless to say, they weren't officially actually married. Okay, his mother's name is Cora, so Cora was not actually married to his father, and he decided he didn't want to be a dad. He felt he wasn't ready for that role. It wasn't something that he wanted to do, and so because of that, he left. And so Ramus has not seen his dad in years, not since he was a kid. And so these are his grandparents. They're his mother's parents. And they were kind enough, of course, to let their daughter and their grandson move in with them because, they didn't want them to feel that they were alone and that they didn't have a support system. And so that's why they are living here. And you can see that this place is plenty big enough for all of them. I mean, yeah, they have crammed some rooms together, but they made it work. And, that's what they believe family is for. So his grandmother, Gaia, she is over here, and she's kind of a little bit of a strict lady, but she is full of so much love and compassion for her daughter, and she wishes that her daughter had picked obviously a better partner, but life happens and things just don't always go to plan. And so her mother is just trying to do her best to support her daughter, to let her know, hey, I'm here for you if you need anything. And don't let Ramus think that he's alone either. Like, he's got his grandfather who's there to support him. He does have a male figure in his life, and his mother is so appreciative of that. She knows her parents really care about her son. And so let's go upstairs to see. Oh, Ramus is already in bed asleep. But where did his grandpa go? He's out here swimming. Of course, you're swimming in this tiny little pool out back. I'm like, my goodness. Oh, and I guess his daughter is coming to chat with her dad. So, yep, they are just spending some time out here. But what is the grandpa's name? Spencer. That's right. So, okay, grandma's in the bathroom. Ramus is up here sleeping. So, let me just kind of show you guys. So, here we've got Ramus's room. They just it was a sitting area originally because it was right up here at the stairs. And originally there was not a door here, but they did have to get some sheetrock installed and all of that and make this into a room. And they just kind of gave it to him. That's why there's like random cabinets and whatnot, because it was not initially meant to be a bedroom. And so, but Ramus doesn't really care. He is just willing to accept whatever because he knows that for most of his life, things have not gone according to plan. And he has never really had, I would say like a dream, not a dream, but like a picture perfect childhood. So he's just used to the negativity of things, which is what leads to him being so gloomy all the time, is because he has such low expectations and it breaks his mother's heart. And so his grandparents do sleep up here because that's where their master bedroom is. And then his mother just sleeps in this one little room down here. So it looks like his mom has headed to bed, which, it is time, but they do all share, that's right, guys, one bathroom in this whole house. So, but they love each other and they make it work. But we're going to send everyone on to bed and I will see you guys in the morning. Good morning, everyone. Ramus has woken up when his mother has already been up for a little bit. She made herself, it looks like, some mac and cheese for breakfast. Way to be. And he's just coming over to sit next to his mom, have a bowl of cereal, and just to chat with her. She's like, well, how are you feeling? Are you ready for school today? He's like, things are going to be fine, Mom. Like, don't worry about it. And she's like, well, I got a message from your teacher yesterday. She said that you're struggling with your grades in school. Is there anything that I can do? He's like, Mom, I'm fine. Don't worry about me. Like, I'll take care of it. Just, you focus on your job and your career and I'll focus on me. Like, just trust me. And she's like, but it's, I worry about you. You're always just so sad. And I want to make sure that that you can rely on me. But he just, he doesn't feel that he can trust anyone. And he doesn't really feel positive about putting faith in other people in general because of the letdown that his father was. And so it's really played a role on his mentality. We are going to send him to go and get a shower to get himself ready to head off to school. And then also he has this want to tell a story to himself from being erratic. So we can definitely do that. And if you guys were wondering, his mother is an office assistant right now. So she is just trying to find herself steady jobs because she used to be a waitress and, she used to make really good money off of the tips and everything. But just being on her feet like that all the time and the hours, it just wasn't good for her to be able to not spend time with her son because she started to really worry about him because he was such a recluse and stayed in his room all the time. And so here he is. And he does have an eye condition, just so you guys know. That's why he wears glasses. There was actually a moodlet that had something about him needing to wear glasses that was there earlier. So I'm going to see if I can have him talk to himself. So let me see if I can find, here we go. Tell story to self. So we will have him do that. So here he goes. He's telling himself a story. He is very animated when it comes to it. So it looks like he is enjoying himself though. I've never actually played with an erratic sim before, so I think this will be something very new for me. Welcome back everyone to Copperdale High this morning. So it is another beautiful day here and we've got Morgan Fires and Molly Prescott over here playing football together. We got Kaori. So we've got some new faces here at school today. And so let's see who else we have. I just saw Amanda Sweet. Look at her in her cheerleading uniform. She be looking extra because, she's the captain. She's trying to recruit people, but she looks so cute, though, I have to admit. And here is our try hard. So she's going to go, she's going to go follow Amanda because she wants to be just like her. She's like, Amanda, wait up. I'm coming for you. So, it looks like we're saying hello to the school bully. He has spent most of the morning just talking to some of the fellow students and talking over here to Olivia and Morgan Graham. Morgan Graham here, he is the gamer. He is a big-time streamer and he has some serious goals when it comes to streaming. But it looks like class is coming. So, prank whiteboard. No, I guess we're not going to that class. I guess we go to this one if we have a business class. So, okay, well, I wonder why we don't ever go to this one. Like, they're both whiteboards. Like, they're like, no matter when you're playing, you always go to this. Oh, who knows? Let's check out who all of our classmates are today. So we do have Amanda Sweet in here, Kaori, Mason, Yuki, Jeb, Olivia, Molly, Ebony, Derek, Ryan, and I think that's all. Oh, nope. That's a land grab, isn't it? Isn't it? Yeah, Malcolm land grab. Okay, well, we got a full class, so that is great. And look, they actually all sat at a desk. Finally, no one's sitting at the teacher's desk. There's hope. Our boy is back here really trying. Guest speaker. A guest speaker came into class today to talk about a teen's future, or maybe they were selling some jewelry. Ramus isn't sure. Around the classroom, some students begin to pull out their phones, but the teacher is occasionally glancing at the students. Should Ramus pull out his too? I think he doesn't really care enough to send out a social media update, so he's just going to wait until after class. Ramus decides the risks are too great and settles back into listening to the guest speaker's incredibly long and incredibly boring speech. So, yep, that sounds about right. Boy, you better fall asleep in class. You better stay awake. But, I can't fully blame him. This boy always has a lot of emotional things on his mind. I was looking at some of these other people he met, and he thinks that the bully is rude, which is totally accurate. And he thinks, of course, he's emotionally expressive. And then Ryan here, he thinks she's a nature maniac, and she thinks he's dramatic. Both him and Morgan think they're interesting Sims, and Kaori thinks he's weird, and he thinks she's an interesting Sim. But I just think it's funny because it really just goes with their personalities so well. And also, he seems to not think hardly any girl is attractive except for Amanda. But I mean, look at this girl. She's gorgeous, and her makeup, flawless. Whoa, Ramus and Olivia be standing real close. He's like, hey Olivia, your hair smells really nice. What shampoo do you use? I use herbal essence. I'm just kidding. Oh, look, they look like they're about to hold hands. What's happening? This also makes me think of the Spice Girls song, When to Become One. Yeah, okay, anyways, moving on. This boy has gotten himself some meatball tamales because I feel like he would like spicy food with a little bit of meat, and looks like these two are over here studying. He's like, ugh, man. But he chose this table because these guys he knew wouldn't talk to him because he just wants to be alone. And Ebony girl, you can't just walk through our table. That's rude. Ramus has a moodlet that says, cheered to death. Cheeriness can often be contagious, but sometimes it can also be painfully grating from listening to a cheerful Sim, so he is super annoyed that someone else is incredibly happy. One thing I've really noticed a lot about Ramus is that he seems to disappear and want to go play basketball a lot on his own, but of course he's not going to now because the bell just rang and so he has to get to class. But this poor boy is getting real stinky, which is probably not going to help with his moodiness or gloominess. This boy also knows that prom is coming up this weekend, but he really doesn't care. He could care less about prom, honestly, because let's see. I guess we do. It's not this weekend. It's the following weekend. So everybody has time. It looks like we have prom every week. Is that a real thing? Maybe it is. I don't know. But there's a dance coming up, okay? And he really doesn't care about going. He doesn't really plan to go, but, his mom might say otherwise. It looks like Ramus impressed his teachers and learned a lot today, so he must have been taking that to heart, the meeting that he had with his teacher at the start of this episode. But yeah, it looks like the teacher already booked it, man. She was excited to leave for the day. But okay, well, I think we're gonna head out with this boy. We're gonna go home to shower because, look, people are starting to notice, and he is feeling embarrassed. Ramus made it home and showered, so he is feeling so much better, and his grandma was so happy to see him, and of course was pestering him when he got home. She's like, I heard that prom is coming up. Are you planning on going? Who's going to be your date? And he's like, Grandma, trust me, I really don't want to go, and I'm not interested in anyone right now, like, please. And so whenever this boy gets frustrated with anything, one of the things he always comes to do is he comes out here in the backyard and starts messing around on his grandpa's wood crafting table, because it's one of the things that he can do in silence without any other person, because he's much more of an introvert than an extrovert, and he can just, be one with the outdoors and not have to worry about people and their judgments or their thoughts, because he's got plenty of his own thoughts and he doesn't have time to worry about what other people think. And football sports day is starting. Well, he is not interested in doing any of that. He is trying to make a knife wood block right now, and so he's like trying to do something. He's trying to do something simple because he doesn't really care to try anything intricate. Usually when he's frustrated, he just wants to make something, and he doesn't really plan it. He just kind of goes with the flow. And look, guys, this stump was straight struck by lightning. We'll go ahead and replace it because they do have plenty of money in here. Oh, and it looks like he completed it. So let's take a look at his handiwork, and he made a knife block. So fantastic. So of course he's going to give it to his grandparents, and they're going to be so thrilled. So we will just place this, probably right about, can I make it? I need to make this diagonal. There we go. Right in the corner. Perfect. And our boy decided to go for a little back float because he is just wanting to cool down from everything that happened at school today and just let all the feels out. His mom had a pretty rough day at work today, and oh, honey, no, we need to shave them arms. She having a rough time. So her hormones be going all sorts of crazy. But she came out here to make some burgers, which is super sweet. But yeah, her boss was chewing her out at work because she messed up one of the assignments. It was an Excel sheet, and basically she totally screwed it up and did not, I guess, understand fully what was supposed to happen when it comes to like the way her boss wanted the files organized and all the information. And so yeah, she got the whole brunt of the blame, and it was just really rough on her. So this poor girl is also feeling pretty emotional today, and so this house is just feeling a little bit stressed. But she came in here to talk with both her mom and dad, and they're like, honey, everything is fine. Don't worry about it. Just, this happens to all of us. We all get chewed out at some point by a boss, and you can't please everyone. All you can do is to do your best, honey. And look at his piercing blue eyes. As Ramus was heading inside to basically be done and just relax the rest of the night, his grandmother reminded him that she has some plants that she wants him to plant out here in her little garden in the front to help it look a lot nicer, to go with the rest of her flora and fauna. But he is like, Grandma, I will take care of it, but please just let me eat and get ready for bed. Like, I will do it tomorrow. She's like, okay, well, just remember. What a great way to end the night. Ramus walked in on his grandpa in the tub, and he's doing it again. So twice in a row, boy, like, stop acting so shocked. So apparently Ramus's mom is over here feeling real flirty. It's that day of the cycle. She is ovulating. So, oh my, Cora's face has turned red. Girl, who's got you with a face turning red? But I don't know. So Ramus is in here getting ready for school, ready to have a busy day, and he's in here flirting with himself. And he thinks it's hilarious. So he actually came in here and joked about body hair to his mom, which she's feeling pretty self-conscious about the hair on her arms. So we're gonna have this boy apologize to his mom because she is just not feeling good about herself now before she gets off to work, which after having a crappy day yesterday is really not going to help her. He's like, hey mom, look, she's got a big old no sign over her son's face. And he's like, look, Mom, I'm really sorry. I hope you can forgive me. And I think she might have accepted it, but I guess we'll have to see. We have arrived for another day of school, and it looks like everyone is still wearing Letterman jackets, so maybe there's more things going on or something now. But okay, well, we will go ahead and let's just monkey around, I guess, with Olivia since she's standing over here. Oh, she's playing with Yuki. And oh, maybe we should talk with Graham. We could do that too. Nope, everybody's over here playing football except for Ryan. Ramus and Graham were both out here complaining about their parents and just talking about all the things going on at home that frustrate them. So I think him and Graham seem to get along pretty well. They both think each other are interesting because, you know, it's interesting because in the fact that Graham himself is very extroverted, and then you have Ramus over here, who's the total opposite and a total introvert because he prefers to be alone really and just to talk to himself and do his own thing. But then Graham is a streamer, so he has to be more outgoing and, you know, more with the people per se. So yeah, we're gonna spend some time here with Ramus sitting at the teacher's desk. She's like, Ramus, honey, what are you doing? You need to go and sit down at your actual desk, not my desk. He's like, look, you know I have an eye problem. This is gonna be the best seat for me today. She's like, don't tell me I didn't warn you if the principal comes in. So we have a difficult problem. Due to Copperdale's rich and extensive history, the teachers decided to add a few questions asking about the mining days of the past, including an essay prompt that asks you to elaborate on the impact the founder may have had in the early stages of Copperdale's development. So rely on writing skill or wing it. So he's going to rely on his writing skill. We have Ramus did not have nearly the grasp of the subject he thought he did and gave a pretty shaky answer. So small skill-based exam boost. Oh my gosh, this boy just got up and straight left in the middle of class. Where'd the teacher go? Nowhere? Okay, boy, I guess you're just not going to... Oh, he's supposed to take an exam. Did he already finish his exam? Boy, come take your exam. But it looks like he came in here to play basketball with Graham. Are they both ditching? Oh, snap. Okay, we'll just let him skip because that's what he wanted to do. And I guess we will have them both play basketball together. So it looks like Ramus got in trouble. I don't want to hear your excuses, Mr. Lee. You're not in class, so you're getting detention. So how can I trust you when he acts so suspicious? So, okay, he is feeling pretty grumpy about it, but he could care less. So lunch ends, we have to serve detention after school. So he's just letting off steam because he doesn't care. Well, I've never been to detention, but I'm assuming it's kind of like class. You just sit there and wait and study or something. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. Thank you so much, CATatoes, for joining me on another new episode of the High School Years LP. We spent time with Ramus Lee this episode. The previous episode, if you didn't watch it, was with Derek Johnson, and then the one before that was with Serena Matheson, our freshman girl, and Derek is the band kid. So if you didn't check out those episodes, definitely check them out because I want you guys, as we go throughout this LP, to see how the characters are connected, how they know each other, and what their relationships are, so we can just see how they all grow and what other bonds they make, or maybe some enemies they make along the way, who knows, and as we unravel their stories. So this was our introduction to Ramus, so I don't know who we're going to play with next time. If you guys have one that you really want me to play with, go ahead and drop that in the comments down below. But in general, guys, just leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about this episode, and also hit that like button. It helps my channel out a lot, and it lets me know that you guys are liking the material that I'm putting out, which is very appreciative. And don't forget to subscribe if you're not already subscribed, so you can check out all my other videos that are coming out, and this LP, of course. So once again, CATatoes, thank you for being as amazing as you all are, and I will catch you next time. See ya!